So, new plan.
Come along.
Solomon Island stuff. Yep, we've reached the point where I'm just gonna run some nice easy Kingsmouth stuff for a while.
This forest crawls. Gets my fingers itching for two matters. One, the other, figuring out a way to keep them down. It ain't right the way the dead walk the earth. They deserve their 6 feet, same as everyone else. I've sworn to keeping guard here, and you've got places to be. But nothing's stopping you from culling the herd as you go. Hell, figure out what makes them tick and how to make that ticking stop, and I'll buy you a beer at the apocalypse. So go on, kid. Saddle up. The end of the world waits for no man.
And Mops, I'm back to the sword now. If I die in Kingsmouth, I have a bigger problem than what weapons I'm using. Also, one of the neat things in this game is that some weapons you start off fully charged for your strongest attack, and some weapons you need to build your counters up. And all of the blade, fist, chaos, the closer weapons are all. Oh, hi, random heal person. Are the ones that start off with yeah. Those are usually super annoying to try to train into the fire. See, I would almost start running my alts and running some of the story missions, but that's really getting into spoilery stuff. Plus the story missions are hard to just jump into, and I don't have any alts that are right at the beginning. So we'll do a bunch of the other missions. It'll work. Something else fun in the secret world, these side missions tend to be just kind of laying around the world, buying interesting things or hidden in a corner. Some of them do show on the map now, not all of them. It used to be none of them showed on the map, but, I guess it kind of helps if you're missing a few, and, at least it's not all of them. This is Bullets for Andy, and a lot of players, including me, almost always run this on the way to Kingsmouth, just because Andy's adorable. Andy's adorable, and Moose is adorable, and we want to help them. I am gonna check something quick here. And back.
jeez. You never saw anything like this in the cop shows. Well, maybe on cable. Not the network ones. You wouldn't know it from looking out there, but before that wicked bad fog rolled in, Kingsmouth was a sleepy little burg. Nothing stronger on the streets than a hot cup of coffee and chocolate-glazed donuts from Susie's. The occasional DUI or domestic disturbance. Human sacrifice. But every town has a dark side, right? We sure are getting a heaped help in the darkness now, eh? The Walking Dead and worse besides taking over our town. Us survivors hold up in here, hoping it's all just a bad dream and we'll wake up to the smell of bacon and maple syrup. But unless someone ups and does something, and soon, all we're gonna wake up to is the smell of rotten flesh. And I don't need another thing to remind me of my dad. Halloween does bring back the memories, eh? Good to see you.
On the other hand, I can so rarely resist gunning down zombies with a shotgun. Circle the wrong way.
Those zombies are making a mess of that north barricade.
Oh, that's right. I always run right past it. Oh, sweet. The Otterdown death counter is up to almost 250? That is awesome. I have somehow managed not to die over here. I don't think I have. I mean, I wasn't always running in Kingsmouth either. I was running out in Tokyo. These guys, it's the fog, which has a lot of it's a few different story threads. I guess all you need to know is this mysterious fog came into town and it fucked shit up. And you've got people rising from the grave, and you've got the drogs down by the water. Kingsmouth itself also has some very, very dark history.
They're taking that southern barricade
This area is generally known as being, partly a reference to Lovecraft, certainly, but also there's a lot of references to Stephen King. And this is kind of that quote unquote, nice little town that's got some really, really dark stuff going on just underneath the surface. The people that are still alive and normal in Kingsmouth are all the ones who managed to somehow avoid the fog. They were in a building that it didn't get to, or they were high above it, or they all either got lucky or they were in a protected place because there are some wards in town. Maybe I should take off the caps one. It wasn't enough that I killed it, I had to select it before I killed it. Okay, I'm going to go to Mubot and just take off that excessive caps thing. There, geez. Excessive caps are off. It's okay, Mops. It shouldn't have issues with excessive caps anymore.
Namaste.
My passion for this life is my greatest weakness. Out there on the road, I found serene understanding of just what there is, which is more than I could ever want. And life is too sacred to miss even one single sunrise from nursing a black eye. That said, Indifference is the greatest crime. I never turn my back on decent folks in trouble. And if I learned anything in Baton Rouge, aside from damn good bourbon chicken, it was that, oh man, do I hate zombies. Yeah, I tell you, there's a real enlightenment to be found on the open road, with no witness but the cinemascope sky. Solitude's the only real test of character. To be out there on your own is to see deep inside yourself. But soul-searching means nothing to those who don't have one. And solitude is no fortress against the walking dead. No. We need to stick together. This is a test of character forged in fire. I've been tinkering with these instruments of death, and I think they'll do the trick. Still need a test run, though. Preferably somewhere we don't knock over any picket fences.
I like Moose. I did not particularly like Andy, actually, when I first got into town. But he grew on me. Plus, I like Moose, so I have to like Andy. There's reasons. Okay, well, I guess I don't have to, but it helps. I kind of hate these train things over other things missions. Probably more so just because I'm over-leveled. I can't hit things or they die, and they don't go over whatever it is I'm trying to get them to go over. And Chad the Chipmunk has found me again. Oh, hello, Chad. It's so fabulous to see you again. You are awesome. Yes, it's Chad again. I am going to go back to trying to blow up zombies with mines, Chad, but it's lovely to be stalked again. Oh, this is great. You know, if I ever get more time off between jobs, I did want to start streaming more often. Now I am always going to have to keep an eye open for Chad, just in case he shows up. Oh, bravo, bravo. Here, let's okay, zombie killing. Thank you, Shezdeth. Ah, I cannot speak words anymore. 18 hours. 18 hours. Another radio broadcast that's part of the Halloween mission, not the normal run-of-the-mill here. Well, the character name, the mascot for the park is Chad the Chipmunk. So whether the amusement park was wrong or it's a chipmunk with an excessively bushy tail, the name of it is Chad the Chipmunk. Or actually, in our inventory, it's Chipmunk Killer, but same thing. Oh, that's right, Saxon. 6 hours left. There's 6 hours left, and I already can't think. I can barely think well enough to do Kingsmouth. This is going to be grand. We should do nightmare scenarios now. nothing could possibly go wrong. Oh, that could be it. That's actually what drove him insane, people mistaking him for a squirrel. I like to think that the amusement park took liberties. They thought it would be a cuter mascot with the tail, so they didn't give a rolling donut if it was accurate or not. That sounds like a theme park sort of thing, you know? Excuse me, answering at second mops. Sorry, I was eating a mini Snickers, and I swallowed some of it the wrong way. I'm alright now. I thought the park was really, really good. It depends on, for one, it depends on how much you want to get into the story. Without the story, it's not very impressive. I thought it was a very secret world in that it starts off with fairly benign, kind of supernatural horrors, and you know, it's kind of creepy, but you kind of expect that. And then when it gets near the end and it delves into the real story, it gets very, very dark, dark in a real life way, not dark like horror movie dark. Yeah, exactly. And it weaves the supernatural horror with some very real life horror, and some topics that hit very close to home, for myself and for lots of other people. It's a good try though, Shresbeth. That is fabulous. Yeah, Chad is better for creepy. The zombie's always pretty cool though. So yeah, it's a relatively short game. It's got great atmosphere, it's got great story. It is not a fighting game in any way. You know, you don't fight. You're there to pick up the clues, and you're there to interact with the world and to learn more about your character in the end. And it hits people in different ways, sometimes overlapping ways. There's some very definite responses that a lot of parents have to the game, which really isn't a spoiler. I mean, you're looking for your lost kid. I don't have kids, but some of the other topics that the story touches on, I can really get.
Namaste.
Yeah, pretty much. If I remember right, the bottles are much more fun than the mines. Oh, here, let me check out this phone book quick, because this is amusing. Yes, exactly, Shezbeth, yes. So I love the references here. We've got HP Arts and Crafts, obviously. King of Books, you know, very Stephen King. Jack and Wendy's, The Shining, Stephen King. Friends, and I'm not saying it right, but that's, I want to say, which King character is it? That's the guy in Shawshank Redemption, I want to say. Flagg's Pharmacy, again, Randall Flagg, Stephen King. I want to say those are all the ones that always really jump out at me in the phone book. That sounds so lame. Those are all the ones that really pop out at me, you know, in the phone book. Yeah, and and I should remember Shazbeth, because we had Joel on that last Beyond the Veil that I made it to, and we were talking to him about it. So you'd think I remember the words that came out of his mouth, but again, 18 hours into the stream. But yeah, child psychologist, psychiatrist, something like that. Nice, Goba. What am I doing? I am exploding zombies. Or, well, close enough. Oh, flaming zombies aren't actually a good thing, but it's fun. And again, doing this at level, that's glorious, because you cannot one-shot these zombies coming into the game. Yes. Oh, poor thing, just right in the face there. Oh, you guys respawn fast. I'm sorry, rise again fast. Ah, yes, the homemade Nepal. And, the mission you do I should have just done these in order. They're not that long, but the mission you do right before this, you're gathering, what Moose needs to make all these weapons, which is kind of cool.
Namaste.
You're awesome, Moose. You are fabulous. And I'm going to jump in the other Twitch chat really quick. I did have Doggy Cam earlier, Koba. Well, he wasn't in the room. He just came in, probably now that I said his name. He's still kind of sulking because I'm not playing with him. Yeah, you're kind of sulking, buddy. Do we need to put on Doggy Cam again? Okay. There you go. You got Doggy Cam. And I think he's gone now. I either need a wireless webcam or I need to figure out if I can free up some of my wires, because that's not stretching real far. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, yes. I am exploding more things. Oh no, he's shoving his toy in my lap again. Yeah. He's my puppy. I don't know how many of you were here earlier, but Loki actually he tried very hard to kill my character earlier. I was I had just engaged with an enemy in Tokyo. You look creepy, dude. I had just engaged with an enemy in Tokyo, and Loki hit my hand in just the right way that I accidentally brought up the Steam overlay, and I couldn't attack. So he's out to get me. Fabulous, Koba. Um, you know, this is actually going better for me than it was the last couple years. I think it helped even just that earlier about I don't know, maybe 8 hours in, Janet and I took turns hosting each other's streams so we could both kind of, have like a good chunk of time off to have lunch. And that actually really helped. I know I haven't taken that long of a break again, but just having that right near the right near the start was really nice. Yes, we are exploding zombies. And it also helps that this year I played a lot of DCUO. I played a lot of DCUO and I wasn't half bad at it. But this is a game that I really know. I've put a lot of time into it. I'm very comfortable with it, especially the earlier areas. So that's nice too. I can do things like run stuff in Kingsmouth here and not not have to worry about what I'm really doing. Hello, flaming zombies. It's almost sad when they just flop to the ground. Almost. Yeah, I know that after we split up Tiger Stream, I know I came into the secret world and I kept playing, but I wasn't streaming last year either. I didn't trust my laptop to not like explode. Mouth, Kingsmouth. I should be able to find us. Who's beeping? I should be able to find a sign later, but yeah. And thank you, Arlie. I'm glad it sounds like I'm doing better. I feel like I am. Yes, Loki. I'm at the part of the day where I start babbling, but I kind of do that anyway. I do that even on a good day.
Namaste.
Yes, one word. Here, I wanna see if I can find the sign for you. Not that you need a sign to know what I meant, but just 'cause I want to run back. I thought there was one coming into town. Yes, there is also one coming into town this way. Arlie, I'm brain dead. I look at that and I'm thinking City of Heroes, and those are not the right letters for City of Heroes. Mops, that's because Kingsmouth is a reference to Innsmouth. If you Google Innsmouth, that will actually come up with hits. Although, Kingsmouth... Oh, Cards Against Humanity. Gotcha. Thank you. I am not awake enough for acronyms. Kingsmouth does have a website, though. Let me see if I can find it. Ah, here it is. Hey, Marie. That is Kingsmouth's website. There are a few different areas in game that have actual real-world websites. Some of them you use in some of the investigation missions, and some of them just kind of exist and are awesome. Ah, yes, yes. I had heard that Cards Against Humanity was happening after somebody kindly translated, since I can't acronym tonight, apparently. No, we are just running random Kingsmouth stuff. Although, actually, since you're here, Marie, right now I'm running assault rifle and shotgun. If that's gonna bug you, I could swap over to blade while you're in here. That's let me know, 'cause I don't mind switching weapons, especially in this early area. Marie, I'm gonna take that as switching to my blade. Oh, okay. Well, okay, but really do let me know, because I'm used to shotgun, and it's fun to get the zombies with the shotgun, but I don't mind swapping to blade, so. So you tell me, and don't worry about it. Well, and I know, Arlie, sometimes it isn't even necessarily offensive, and being offended gets thrown around a lot. Sometimes it's about things that are hurtful to some people. This is not the time of night to try to try to have deep thoughts, though. Well, here, since you won't be on for too long anyway, why don't I swap back to Blade? Mops like seeing me run Blade anyway, so we'll just do that. Haha. I'm looking for an abandoned scooter. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, I could have sworn there were some on this road. Yeah, and that too, Marie. There's being offended, and then there's just finding it tasteless. There's not finding it funny. There's a lot of jokes that a lot of people will be like, oh, does that offend you? It's like, no, it's not funny anymore. Although I do find it kind of amusing, for both Arlie and Marie, and I guess quite a few of you who know me from Tiger's Chat. When I started streaming over, when I started on Otterdown stream sometimes, Janet and I were talking, and she had said something about, something about me being a good influence on their language or something like that. And I burst out laughing. And I'm like, I watch my language because I was on Tiger stream so much. And Tiger used to be in radio. So he kind of got me trained into watching it. It's, it's not that swearing bothers me or offends me or anything. I've just gotten into the habit of keeping my streaming fairly clean. Not perfect. Yeah, exactly, Marie. I didn't move back fast enough. Yeah, we were out in some really pretty parts of Tokyo earlier. I'm back at the beginning of the game because I don't have to think as hard to not die here, which is good. Oh, hey! Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Hello, my friend.
Nope, I think it's an awesome game. It's got story, it's got atmosphere. And I apologize to everyone who's heard this already. I'm running on low graphics settings because trying to do this and stream and everything else I'm doing wasn't cooperating very well today. But if you run it at the higher settings, some of it is just so friggin' gorgeous. Even at low settings, you know. Hey, Moose is awesome. Moose is super awesome character. Oh, I gotta answer Janet here. Janet wanted to know if I was flirting with Saeed. You know, it is tempting. I was trying to spare chat that, but Janet says I knew it. Oh, she knows me. Never in the world would you want normally think, yeah, yeah. Marie, the zombies in this game, I guess partly knowing the story, they've got a specific story. A fog rolled in and things are messed up. But I guess zombies don't. I don't think they bother me as much as they maybe bother some other people. The scarecrows in this game really got me. Again, especially first off when I wasn't really strong enough to do much about them. You know, there's a few in there that are. But I know one thing you can do too is a lot of the atmosphere here, the music and the sound does a lot for the atmosphere. So if you were even to play through it with like the sounds turned down or listening to something else at the same time. Oh, yeah, and Marie wasn't here. I forget if you know what I'm talking about when I say Saeed. Saeed is the very, very dapper mummy in Egypt. Yeah, yeah, the Akab are pretty freaky. Yeah. I love this. Use dry spot. That was me forgetting that I swapped blade and trying to fire my shotgun. That didn't work. I don't blame you for not considering it. Yeah, I was totally trying to mow them down with my shotgun. Feral sewer zombie, as opposed to the domesticated sewer zombies? Where are you? That zombie just ran away. The feral sewer zombie just ran away. Huh. I don't remember if I have to actually kill them all with the explosives, or if I can just kill them. Yes, exactly. there's something I'm forgetting. Seriously, I can't remember what else I'm supposed to do. Oh, so I'm not actually forgetting something dumb? That'd be good. Yeah, Koba, that's why I feel like I'm forgetting something. It doesn't feel like there should be this many waves. No, I mean, I know the whole point of coming down here is so that you can explode the thingy on here. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was this thing. The thing I planted the IED on. You know what, I'm gonna try leaving and coming back. And we're gonna see if that works. Because that was definitely way more waves than there's supposed to be. I want to say the brochure is, it's either one of the ones for a side mission or it's the one for the morning light. Okay, yeah, in the beginning there is something to destroy. Okay. Clearly I don't run this mission very often. And thank you, Shizbeth. Nope, that sounds like... Number of enemies killed 0, and I completed the mission. Yeah, I think I got knocked off of something at just the wrong moment, that it bugged the instance a little bit. Which is hilarious. I never run into bugs in this game. I know people have said that there's bugs, and I never ever run into bugs. But, you know, of course tonight. Of course when I'm streaming. Why not? So, on that note... oh, I can show you what the brochure is. Because I'm pretty sure... Oh, it happens when you go over the limits with a powerful character. There you go. Yeah, the brochure is a little mini side mission here. It just leads you out to the morning light camp. Ooh, which bug out in Egypt? Oh, wait, I was... Do you mean literally a bug, like the locusts out there, or do you mean something is bugged and you're stuck? Man, and I don't even remember that mission. If you're pretty sure, you know, if it's a bug in game and it's getting in your way, type here, I'll put it in chat, but type /petition. Type that in chat. It'll bring you to one screen where it'll give you some like frequently asked questions, or you can click on submit petition. You want to submit petition, and it'll give you a space to write out what your issue is, and then you need to like submit it again or submit it twice. It's something screwy that it takes more than one time to submit. But and if Shazbeth remembers what it is, and if it's not a bug, then you don't need to. But the GMs are usually really, really good about responding to petitions in this game. They are ridiculously helpful. Like, it sounds like I'm trying to kiss up to the GMs in game or something, but seriously, they are ridiculously pleasant and helpful. So. I know. We can go visit the wannabe Illuminati. Yeah, do that. Well, yeah, or Shezbeth, are you sure you found the right ones?
Ruth means more to me than all the discoveries I might make. Her happiness is all I live and work for.
Well, I can't say that I blame you. She's a very charming person.
Here he is.
Same one you saw last night, Ed. Stone dead. And there he is, just as healthy and alive as any other monkey.
Why, it's amazing, David. Naturally, I followed all the experiments.
Oh, it's that part of the mission. This is true.
David can't go any farther with animals. He's ready for the next step. He can do it.
Well, I'm all for research, David. But you have a moral obligation in this sort of thing. How do you know it'll work with human beings?
Oh, you're a surgeon yourself, Ed. You know that human beings are animals just like all the subjects I've used. I know it'll work.
Well, knowing it won't get you far with society. You'll have to submit proof.
I know that, and I've tried every way I can think of to get a human being to demonstrate on.
He's tried insane asylums, penitentiaries, everywhere.
Shezbeth, you are awesome.
Well, in a way,
We have an
can't blame
awesome
you.
community.
Even to me, with my training, the idea seems, well, blasphemous.
My dear Ed, you can't stop scientific progress because of so-called
Okay,
morals.
good night, Koba. Thanks for coming in.
What could be less blasphemous than to triumph?
Dad, I want to stay, Dad.
Oh, that foolish Ed. Well, if I die first, I want David to use me for a subject.
Don't look so startled, Ed. She's always been my strongest supporter, but I'm not going to use her
Blessed
as a
are the meek,
I like her as
but
well as a
doubly
wife.
blessed are those who do the Lord's work boldly. It is through His grace that we find sanctuary in His house, when His house is besieged by zombies. Not to belittle the Lord's work, but perhaps the Illuminated Ones made this place a safe place through some conjuration of theirs. Blessed by the Lord, of course, or at the very least tolerated. Whatever the providence of our sanctuary, it extends no further than the doorstep. Even the cemetery spills over with the devil's spawn. I've tried prayer, I've tried my 44, but Satan's wearing Kevlar, and Bible thumping just pisses them off.
That actually wasn't the cutscene that I wanted.
Living or dead.
David, you're surely not...
Again, see, I can't push buttons. Oh, there it is.
She meant it, but I told you...
Yeah, it's still being weird. It wants to crash if I push too many buttons while it's trying to load a scene.
That's exactly what I mean.
David,
Will you help me? Or must I bribe some stranger?
David, why don't you give this thing up? It's inhuman.
Ed, if I succeed, I'll have Ruth back. Don't you see how much...
Kingsmouth is a book of secrets, an illuminated manuscript waiting for those who would read between the lines.
Laboratory records,
I've seen it spelled out, the hidden truth of this blighted Garden of Eden. For are we not seekers of knowledge, you and I? Even a man of God can have his eyes open to further enlightenment and illumination. To be illuminated under the eye. The pyramid,
That's why I want to bring her back here and
the
start
Illuminati.
living.
I'm with the Illuminati. I don't have a badge or anything like that. I'm what you might call a hobbyist member.
I love this
I
guy.
earned it. I did extensive research on the net.
It's the
The
Illuminati
code words I
fanboy.
followed led me to forums. Secret forums. Forums that don't show up on Google. And I'm an avid poster. A valued poster. I know there are paths in Kingsmouth not on any map. The work of the Illuminati is everywhere. A secret gospel, chapter and verse throughout the town. Signs and formulae. That's why you're here, isn't it? Now, my work is not exhaustive. There are elements of our grand plan I may have overlooked. Tiny, tiny details still left unexplored.
Not yet.
I trust we have each other's disclosure.
Ed, listen. Ever since Ruth, well, I guess I've leaned on you forever.
And that's the resident Illuminati fanboy.
But I do need just a little longer.
All right, David. I'll stay.
Ruth will be the first to thank you when we succeed.
David, I'll always doubt this until I see Ruth living, breathing, smiling
It
again.
won't be long. Just a matter of 15 or 20 minutes.
If nothing happens. What will
I
you do if
am
your
going to run the other one, though.
Operation doesn't work.
The Kingsmouth code is an interesting one. At times, it is ridiculously difficult for the first investigation mission you'll encounter, but it's interesting.
And I'll have proved that my whole life's work is useless. I'll have reason enough to use any of a dozen tricks that any good surgeon knows. End the whole business.
Blessed are the meek.
Don't look so horrified, Ed. We won't fail. Let's begin.
I should remind you once more, David, that you're usurping powers that belong to God Almighty.
I like to think that Providence has wisely held back the knowledge of things like this until we knew how to use them, and I know how. Hand me that last.
Oh hey, I need more zombies than that. Hey, zombie. Oh, wait, I have to... That's the other one.
Any soul, it either leaves the body or stays with it. No reputable surgeon or physician has ever been able to report the slightest evidence of the soul's having left the body. So the soul...
Once again, the visual effects here are related to that radio in the Halloween mission. It's not just a regular part of the world.
Everything's set.
Good. Close that switch then at the battery. Watch the meter and keep the current between plus and minus 5 of 150. The rheostat on the edge of the table. All right?
All right.
Now, I'm going to inject 10 cc's of adrenaline in the brachial artery.
Adrenaline?
Adrenaline and something else. There.
Yes. She was.
She is. You'll see her in a few minutes, just as she was.
I wonder what you'll have to tell us.
No, death is only a transcendental sleep.
Oh, hi.
How's the cut?
It's jumped to 180.
Good. Bring it back to 150. That's the result of the injection.
On a dead body?
Let's say suspended animation. There are still a few things in surgery you don't know, aren't there?
I never dreamed of a reaction like that.
I'll show you more. Help me swing this lamp over here. But let the meter go, but hold steady.
But it might jump it.
No, it won't. I've been all through this before. The actions are exactly the same as here.
On this lamp. X-rays?
No, it's a modification of the cathode. And just another of my developments. I call these our theta rays.
Why do you call them that?
Well, most rays are named for the first few letters of the Greek alphabet.
Theta? Didn't you say Atheta?
Yes. But Theta was called the letter of death by the ancient Greeks.
Well, that's right. It was the first letter in the word.